Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to insert a Google form and also how to take that Google form and create a table. And so this is mine that I did. It's a survey about the seasons, what your favorite season is, and then the results of our survey. So you can see that we've got two different types of graphs, a pie graph and a bar graph. So let's look at how you do this. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up your Google Sheets. So we're going to go to my little thing in my drive.
We can't see anything. We see a globe.
Alright, so I'm in my drive. I'm going to go to New. And I have two ways I can do it. I can go to Google Sheets and I can open up Google Sheets. Or I can go to More and it says Google Form. If I click Google Form, it's going to open up for a form. And I'm going to ask my questions. So my first question I'm going to ask, I think we'll do favorite kinds of candy. I'm going to ask the question, what is your favorite candy bar? Because that's always kind of fun. And then I'm going to make it multiple choice and I'm going to give it some options. I'm going to say Butterfinger, Snickers, what should we do? How about Kit Kat, which I don't even know if I like Kit Kat, but anyway, Kit Kat. And maybe one more. Let's do M&M's. Alright. So, and then maybe we should do one more, none of the above. Or we could do, yeah, let's do none of the above. Okay, and then maybe for my second question, I'm going to, so once I'm finished with the question, I can duplicate it, I can edit it, or I can add an item. So I'm going to add the item. Now this is going to be my second question. If you answered, whoa, no, there's no T there. Answered, none of the above. What is your favorite? Okay, and then we're going to say it's not going to be multiple choice. We can choose, and I'm going to just have it be a text. So you can put your text in there, and life is good. Now I'm only going to do 2 questions. I'm going to say I'm done. So you click your done. Now you can see your 2 questions. It's also untitled, so I'm going to give it a title. I'm going to call it Candy Choice. No, not Candy Choice. How about Candy Survey? I was trying to go with alliteration there, but I couldn't come up with a C word real quickly. Okay, let's look up here at the top. In the form settings, require a Covenant School login to view this form. You do that if you're going to only do it to people that's a Covenant Christian. But if I want maybe my husband to do this, I'm going to unclick that. Automatically collect the respondent's username. I don't really need to know their username. I don't really care. If I'm doing like a quiz for you, then I collect your username. I don't really think they need a progress bar at the bottom. There's only 2 questions. You would do that if it was like a lot of questions. Only allow 1 response per person. That doesn't really matter either. And I'm not going to shuffle the question order because I need it to be in that correct order. So I'm done with all that. Now I can go over here to change my theme to make it kind of pretty. And I have lots of choices to choose from. I can choose the basic and then customize it. Or I can choose one that's already been done. Already had some customization on it. So let's see if I like any of these real quick. Coffee doesn't really work with candy, but you know, let's see if anything does work with candy. Chemistry. Do I see anything I dislike? Oh, that kind of looks like, I mean, it's watercolors, but it kind of looks like maybe pretend candy. I don't know. I kind of like that one. So I'm going to use that. So now that I've made my survey, I'm going to say send form. When I send my form, I get a website. And I'm going to always click shorten that URL. I don't know why. It just makes me happier. And then I'm going to Control-C, which copies that. And then I'm going to say I'm done. Actually, I don't think you have to do that for what we're doing. I always forget to tell you that we don't have to do that. You're done. And you can exit your survey. And you can go back to your website. There's my website. And I'm going to go to my edits. Click edit. I'm going to scroll down here. Make sure you put your cursor where you want your form to show up, because otherwise, yeah, it ends up in the wrong place, and that's just not good. So let's see if I can. Looks like I'm going to put it up at the top. Okay, so once you get your cursor where you want it to, you're going to go to Insert. You go to your drive, and from your drive, you're going to choose Form. And we're going to pick the form. I'm doing the Candy Survey, so I'm going to select that. And it tells you the size and height and everything. You can play with that if you think it's too big later. I'm just going to post it, and then you can make the decision. I think my other one's a little small. I think that one's a little small. Probably need to go back and fix that some. But there it is. But you're like, I can't see it, and I want to center it in the column. And if I want to go back and change the size, I can change my settings. And I really don't need it to be 600 because this is only 2 questions. So let's make it be square. Let's make it be 400. Save. Now it's smaller, and I can hit save. And there's my survey. I get 2 questions there. What's your favorite candy bar? And if you answered none of the above, what is your favorite? So I'm going to take my survey real quick. I'm going to submit it. And I'm going to go ahead and submit several just so that I have stuff in there. Just so we can see. Hopefully nobody that takes your survey will be doing this, but you know, it happens, right? Let's do none of the above. So I can actually put something in here. So, Baby Ruth is a type of candy bar. Submit that. Alright, so now I've got some data to work with. So I'm ready to put my chart in. But before I do that, I want to go back and actually look at my Google form and my sheet that goes with that. So I'm going to go back to my drive, and I'm going to look for, so there's my Candy Survey responses. That's the sheet where all the data that you get from your form goes into. So let's take a peek at that. So there it is. What's your favorite candy bar? And then Baby Ruth if you did none of the above. Now I have to configure my information so that my chart makes sense. So I'm going to use a formula called COUNTIF. So on my COUNTIF formula, the first thing I do is I'm going to put an equal sign, and then I'm going to type the words COUNTIF. And then there we go. If you click into it, it gives you the little thing. So my range is going to be B2. I'm going to do the shift colon, and then I'm just going to put B, and then I'm going to go ahead and put B1001. That way, in case we have tons of people do this, we're good. Now I need my criteria, and I'm going to say count if it's Snickers, right? And then I'm going to hit enter. And I have a number 2. So I need to put that was Snickers, so I don't forget. So column E is my types of candy. Look at types of candy. Types of candy, and then amount of candy. Amount. Alright, so now let's do the same thing. I can take where my formula is, and I can do it again with COUNTIF. Right here. We'll do the COUNTIF again. COUNTIF. I can actually do this one. And let's see if it comes up. I don't want to just count, I want to COUNTIF. The reason I have to do the COUNTIF is because I want it to be, we're going to do the B again, the B colon, B colon, B 1001. I did something wrong. Try again. B 1001. There we go. And then my criterion this time is not Snickers, it's going to be M&M's. And I'm going to hit enter. And I have one of those. M and M. Right, and then I need to remember what my other choice was, and I think it was Butterfingers, wasn't it? So I don't have a Butterfingers on the list. So when you set this up, you want to make sure you have all 4 of your things over here, because that's going to make it easier. But I can type in the word Butterfingers in parentheses if I want to. So I can do equals COUNTIF. That's nice it came up this time. Count if, and we're going to go back to B2, shift B1001. We're happy there. And then we're going to say comma, and then quotation marks, B-U-T-T-E-R-F-I-N-G-E-R, Butterfinger. Uh-oh, did I make it singular or plural? Butterfingers. Butterfingers, like that. Hit enter, and it's 0 because there aren't any Butterfingers there. Butterfingers. Alright, so I had the Snickers, M&M, Butterfingers, and Kit Kat, didn't I? So I can do the same thing here, only I've got to change it to Kit Kat. So instead of Butterfingers, I have to change it to right here to Kit Kat. K-I-T space K-A-T. Make sure you spell it the same way. That would be good. Alright, and enter. So there are 0 of those. And then I ask it for none of the above. So again, I can drag it down here, and I can say none of the above. And see, I have one of those. Uh-oh, I did that wrong. I changed it in the wrong place. Rats. That's okay. I can move this one. I can move Kit Kat down. And then put this back to none of the above. Okay, so I have one of those. Alright, and then I can say, if I want to have a chart that shows me the other types of candy bars, I can either say, I can't really do a count because I've left it open-ended for anybody to say what they wanted. So we'll just kind of have to figure that one out as we go. Alright, so if I look at my chart, I'm using from E1 to F5. That's important to know, E1 through F5, because I'm going to tell my chart, I have to tell Google where to look for this stuff. So that's my survey. I'm going to close that back out. I'm going to go back to my website, and I want to insert a table. So I'm going to go in here again to my edit. I'm going to go back over here. I'll go to this side now. Let's get my mouse. Actually, it needs to be up here, doesn't it? Because I did the other ones. Okay, and so we're going to insert. And this time what we're going to do is go to the chart. We're going to insert a chart. And we're going to choose that this is the, you want to make sure you get the green one because it's the sheets that has the ability to make the chart. And you're going to select it. And then you're going to tell it where to look. So we said E1, colon, F5. And that is where we should look. Okay, so now you've got the different types up here, and obviously we don't want to use that. And we can switch the rows and columns if we like that better. I don't like that better. And you can use it as labels. Sometimes you can do that. Let's see. All right, and I want to change it to a bar graph. And there we go. We've got that. Now we're going to go back into our charts, and we're going to customize our charts. And we're going to decide, I could do a pie chart if I wanted. There we go. So half my people chose Snickers, 25% with M&Ms, and 25% with none of the above. I like that one better. But you can, if you choose this one, then you can make your donut hole later on smaller or bigger too, and that's kind of cool. And this one's just flat. This one's 3D. So you kind of have to decide which one you like. And you hit OK, but you can custom it. You give it a chart name, types of candy, favorite candies. Favorite candy bars. Wow, my typing skills today. Okay, favorite candy bars. And then you can customize it. And I can change the font, the size. Maybe I like it to be 20 because we're gonna make it really big. Trap it in again. Maybe I like it bold. I definitely want to change I can change my color. I don't want it red. Kind of purple, but I don't like that either. Let's stay with black, I guess. And then my font is Arial. You know, and you can change that. I kind of like that one though. And then you can change where you have on your slices. Do you want a percentage? Do you want the value? Do you want the label? Do you want none? So if I do the value, I can tell how many people have voted. If I do the label,